Good morning, students. This is Nandini Physics tutorial for IIT JAM, GATE and CSR NET. So today we are starting lecture 4. So this is called Atomic and Molecular Spectroscopy paper. So in previous section, in previous session, lecture 3, I'll explain up to one problem. I think so positron and muonic atoms. After that, I'll solve one problem. So right now, I'll explain the lecture continues Atomic and Molecular Physics lecture 4. Okay. So today we will discuss about some important topic that is called frequency. So frequency of emitted, a frequency of electron. Okay. So inside inside atom, the electron consists of some mechanical frequency. So we want to find out that mechanical frequency. So that is called frequency. Okay, so this is called mechanical frequency. Mechanical frequency. Okay, so we want to find out the mechanical frequency. Then what? See here, this is the nucleus. This nucleus consists of around this nucleus, the electrons which are revolving around this nucleus at a distance r. Okay. Then I want to find out the frequency. What is the frequency formula? Because here the electron consists of linear velocity as well as angular velocity. So what is the relation between linear velocity and angular velocity? That is called V is equal to R omega. Okay. Then but omega is nothing but 2 pi f, because 2 pi f is nothing but frequency. Because here I discuss about only frequency, that's why I am not considered time period. So 1 by t is the time period is the reciprocal of frequency. Reciprocal of time period is nothing but frequency. So therefore so please write this equation in above. Therefore V is equal to so R times of 2 pi f. So from this equation, what is frequency? Fn, because nth orbit frequency is equal to so Vn divided by 2 pi Rn. So this is the radius of nth orbit and this is the frequency of nth orbit and velocity of nth orbit. So this is the formula about frequency. Now I will substitute what is Vn value and Rn value from hydrogen atom. So I already derived the Vn value. This is velocity of nth particle, nth electron, and similarly velocity of radius of nth orbit and frequency of nth orbit. I want to find out that frequency. So here see what is the velocity from hydrogen atom, from hydrogen atom. So what is the velocity? Velocity V is equal to Ze square by 2nh epsilon naught. So this is the velocity of nth particle. And what is the radius? Radius r is equal to z square. What is the radius? So simply once again, radius n square epsilon naught square, n square h square epsilon naught by pi z m e square. So this is the radius and this is the velocity. So right now I substitute in this equation. So we will get frequency f n is equal to, see what is the V value? Ze square divided by 2nh epsilon naught, 2nh epsilon naught divided by n square h square epsilon naught divided by pi z m e square. So you can write this equation is z e square by 2nh epsilon naught times pi z m e square divided by n square h square epsilon naught. Okay. So you will get finally this equation by simply substituting velocity and radius of the hydrogen atoms. So I want to find out the mechanical frequency of nth orbit right now. So from nth orbit, this is the mechanical frequency. Now this mechanical frequency right now I will substitute here in terms of velocity and radius I will substitute. So see here what will be cancelled. So this is called z square e power 4 m, and see anything will be cancelled, pi times, see this is called 2 times n cube h cube epsilon naught. So this is your value. Okay. So therefore right now frequency Fn is equal to z. So simply write e power 4 m pi divided by 2 h cube epsilon naught into z square divided by n cube. So this is your frequency term. If you calculate this value approximately, then this value I will write here. See, Fn value is equal to, so what is this value? This value exactly 6.6 into 10 power 15, see, z square divided by n cube into hertz. So this is your mechanical frequency. Understand everybody? So I want to find out nth frequency of nth orbit. Okay. So when an electron is revolving in any fixed orbit or a stationary orbit, then if you consider this is the nth orbit, okay, then what is the frequency of this electron, revolving electron frequency for nth orbit, I will find out. Okay, so this is the nth orbit. There is a relation between linear velocity and angular velocity. By using that relation, I will substitute omega value. So finally I got V value. So simply substitute these values in above equation, we will get frequency. That's frequency is equal to Vn divided by 2 pi Rn. So after then I will consider hydrogen atom, what is the velocity of hydrogen atom and radius. So I use these two equations. Once again I will substitute those two equations in this equation. So finally we will get frequency. This is called mechanical frequency. So for suppose actually if you want to a small note point, see if you want number of, so this is a note point, how to find out a number of revolutions, revolutions, otherwise number of revolutions, number of revolutions per cycle, per cycle, okay, per cycle. So actually this is the frequency, this frequency is Fn, okay, and for suppose if any electron jump from higher state to lower state, so this electron emits some energy, some photon, so that photon is h nu. Okay. Now what is this emitted frequency, emitted radiation, emitted electron frequency is depends upon the changing time also. Okay. So what is the here time change, that is called delta t is the time change, because in they have some time change also. So therefore the frequency is always equal to number of revolutions per changing time. Okay. So therefore you can easily write what is the number of revolutions per cycle, n is equal to frequency times of changing time. So this is actually what is the lifetime of this excited state, 10 power minus 8 seconds. So therefore the changing time is also is equivalent to this excited state time. So therefore n is equal to frequency times into 10 power minus 8 seconds. So this is called number of revolutions per second. So any atom from higher state to lower state, it will jump, means it will produce a number of revolutions per cycle. So how many number of revolutions made by this electron is the formula for n is equal to Fn into 10 power minus 8 seconds. Okay. So after then one application, good application, so that is called a frequency of radiation. So I want to find out frequency of radiation. So simply I erase these things, please note. Now the concept is the next concept is frequency of radiation. So this is one of the application frequency of radiation. Okay, so this is one of the application of Bohr's atomic theory. So if you consider electron jump from higher state to lower state, so consider this is final state, this is initial state I, okay, and this is nothing but excited state, this is a ground state, okay. So when electron jump from excited state to ground state means, okay, so this is the final state N1 NF and this is the initial state Ni. So this is the number of states NF and Ni. So electron jump from higher state to lower state, it emits a photon energy E is equal to h nu. So therefore the energy, emitted energy h nu is equal to, so initial energy minus final energy, because it is initially at E energy and finally it reaches to, so emitted energy is nothing but represent your problem in any initial state of the system is represent energy Ei minus final state is Ef. So simply h nu is equal to, so what is your energy, this is called initial energy Ni minus it represents nth state initial energy and it is represent nth state final energy, okay. So what is the energy equation actually, what is the energy from Bohr's hydrogen atom, Bohr's hydrogen atom, what is the energy for equation E is equal to minus z square e power 4 m divided by 8 epsilon naught h square n square. So this is the energy equation of Bohr hydrogen atom. So this is the energy of equation. So simply you will consider this is initial energy and final energy, because it is indicate for nth state. So this is the energy of nth state, okay. So energy of nth state, now I will consider this is the initial energy and as well as a final energy. So from this equation you will write, okay. So if you represent initial energy Ni is equal to minus z square e power 4 m divided by 8 epsilon naught n square h square, okay, 8 epsilon naught n square h square. So this is nothing but Ni right now I will represent. So this is Nf, this is minus z square e power 4 m divided by 8 epsilon naught Nf square h square, okay. So simply substitute this equation, this is equation 1. So substitute the two energy levels in this equation, first equation, because so here I am find out the frequency of radiation, okay. So for that this is the incident frequency radiation, so otherwise emitted radiation. If it is observing some amount of radiation, if any radiation it will absorb, this is called incident radiation, otherwise it 10 power 8 seconds, what is the lifetime of excited state, minus 10 power 8 seconds. So after 10 power 8 seconds the electron jump from higher state to lower state. So this is nothing but emitted radiation. So this is called frequency of emitted radiation right now. So I want to find out the frequency of radiation, that radiation. So for that purpose I introduce this formula. After then according to Bohr hydrogen atom, these two are energy levels of initial state and final state. So simply substitute this into this equation. So this is nothing but I write here. So for h nu is equal to, so substitute in equation 1. So what will be happen, h nu is equal to, see simply what is the initial velocity, this is the initial velocity minus z square e power 4 m divided by 8 epsilon naught square Ni square h square, minus of minus plus. What is the final state? That is called z square e power 4 m divided by 8 epsilon naught nf square h square. So, take simply common z square e power 4 m divided by 8 epsilon naught h square. If you get common, then what will be happen? This is 1 by nf square minus 1 by ni square. So, this is our final equation. Okay. So, right now in terms of wavelength, I will change this equation h c by lambda, because nu is equal to incident, that is called emitted frequency of line, then the nu is represented by c by lambda. Okay. So, c phi lambda is equal to what will happen? Z square e power 4 m divided by 8 epsilon naught h square into 1 by n f square minus 1 by n I square. So, this is the final state whole square minus initial state. Okay. So, this is the equation. So, right now 1 by lambda, what is 1 by lambda from this equation? So, 1 by lambda is equal to, I simply these are cross multiply, because if you this take only this value come to here. So, therefore, z square e power 4 m divided by 8 epsilon naught c 8 epsilon naught c h cube, okay, c h cube into 1 by n f square minus 1 by n I square. So, this is your frequency of emitted radiation. Okay. And this value I write now, this is nothing but I will simply write this equation in terms of lambda into r infinity. So, this is called 1 by f square minus 1 by n I square. Okay. So, this is called Rydberg constant. This is called Rydberg constant, and the Rydberg constant r naught value is equal to r infinity is equal to z square e power 4 m divided by 8 epsilon naught c h cube. So, this is the Rydberg constant, and its value okay, its value is 1.09 into 10 power. So, its value I will write here Rydberg constant value. So, r naught infinity is equal to 1.09, okay, into 10 power 97 into 10 power 7, 97 into 10 power 7 meter inverse. So, this is the value of Rydberg constant, understand. So, this is called Rydberg constant. So, it is one of the applications of hydrogen Bohr atomic theory due to hydrogen atom. So, in that according to the fourth postulates of Bohr theory, every electron jump from one state to another state, and means a higher state to lower state, then this electron emits some radiated energy. That energy is nothing but E nu, this is nothing but delta E. Okay. So, this is called radiated energy, and these radiated energy is defined as E initial minus final state. So, that is nothing but h nu. From this equation, I simply substitute the value of Z. What is this? The value of energy of according to Bohr hydrogen atom. So, energy is minus z square e power 4 m into 8 epsilon naught h square lambda square. So, simply substitute this into this equation. So, finally, I get answer, that is called 1 by lambda into infinite 1 by nf square minus 1 by n square. So, this r infinite term is represents for Rydberg constant, and its value is around 1.097 into 10 power 7 meter per inverse. So, this application is only valid for infinite nuclear mass, infinite nucleus mass. So, this application is only valid for infinite nuclear mass, which is at rest condition. Okay. Now, what happen if this Rydberg constant is applied for finite nuclear mass condition? So, we will right now we will derive what happen if this Rydberg constant for finite nuclear mass. Okay. So, right now, so I will erase here and I will write continuation. So, this is the concept of emitted radiation formula. Okay. Using this equation, we can derive what is Balmer series, Paschen series, bracket fund, and these series we can explain easily by using this principle. So, this is very important formula for gate level and gate CSIR net. Okay. So, these students is very important, this formula. Based on this formula and Rydberg constant, they will ask some questions. Right. So, next concept is, for suppose once again I write the Rydberg constant here. So, Rydberg's constant. So, what is Rydberg constant? R infinite is equal to Z square e power 4 m divided by 8 epsilon naught h cube c. So, this is actually Rydberg constant. Okay. For hydrogen atoms, for hydrogen atom, Z is equal to 1. So, therefore, I will write the Rydberg constant for hydrogen atom is e power 4 m, because Z is simply substitute 1, 8 epsilon naught square h cube c. So, this is the Rydberg constant for hydrogen like atom. So, simply see, for suppose I can change this equation in terms of energy. So, there is a relation between Rydberg constant and energy also. So, energy of hydrogen atom. So, I will change this equation. See, this equation will be written as e power 4 into m divided by simply see, if you write 8 epsilon naught h square into 1 by hc. So, simply I will write this equation into e m power 4 8 epsilon naught. See, I do some mistake where, okay, this is actually square and 8 epsilon naught square. So, please I forget to write this epsilon naught square, okay, simply. Okay. So, finally, you will get this is the Rydberg constant epsilon naught square. Okay. So, see 8 e power 4 m into divided by 8 epsilon naught h square. So, actually this is represents energy E1. So, this is represents energy E1. So, therefore, Rydberg constant R infinite is right now you will write E1 divided by Hc. Okay. So, actually this is a this is represents minus, actually energy is represent minus. So, that is why you will write, you will put minus here. So, what will happen? See, this is written as E1 is equal to minus R infinity Hc. So, this is the one equation which is tells about the relationship between hydrogen atom and Rydberg constant. So, this gives the relation between hydrogen atom and Rydberg constant. So, this is very important formula for IIT JAM students. Okay. So, how I derive this equation? Understand very well. So, this is a Rydberg constant R infinite. So, this is nothing but e power 4 m divided by 8 epsilon naught square h cube c. So, in that equation I just replace one hc outside. So, take common hc outside, then it will convert e power 4 m by 8 epsilon naught epsilon square h square. For hydrogen like atom, n is 1 and z is 1. So, therefore, this is finally represented energy E1, which is represent energy E1. So, therefore, E1 divided by Hc. So, therefore, finally, the energy is nothing but Rydberg constant of Planck's constant into velocity of light. Okay. So, this is the equation, important equation. This equation is very important for IIT JAM students. Okay. Right now, next I want to find out this Rydberg constant in case of finite masses. So, this theory is actually infinite masses. Okay. For consider suppose if you are consider at finite nuclear mass, what will be happen? Rydberg constant. See, understand everybody? I'll just erase these things. So, I hope everyone understand what I am saying that. So, today's lecture starts from actually mechanical frequency of nth orbit. After finding the frequency, I want to find out the number of revolutions per second or per cycle, number of revolutions per cycle I will find. So, actually the atom is starts here, okay, and now electron revolving like, okay, and it collapses to nucleus. That is the theory actually. So this is nothing but frequency. This is nothing but number of cycles per second. Number of cycles per second actually. Okay. So I want to find out that number of cycles per second. That is called number of cycles per second is nothing but frequency times changing time. So this is called changing time, because time will be changed to this cyclic process. So therefore that changing time is exactly represents which is equal to excited state energy. So therefore number of revolutions is equal to Fn into 10 power minus 8 seconds. So this is I find out first of all. So after then I want to introduce emitted frequency radiation. That's called frequency of radiation. I will find that equation. After then from that equation I derive Rydberg constant and the value of Rydberg constant. After then I use there is a relation between energy and Rydberg constant. We can derive that energy also. So now I introduce finite nuclear mass condition. Finite nuclear mass. So what is this finite nuclear mass? Is nothing but if nucleus is infinite mass. So nucleus having infinite mass compared to electron mass. Okay, nucleus is infinite mass compared to electron mass. So therefore mass of nucleus is much greater than mass of electron. So this is the condition of infinite mass. Right now I change this condition. Okay, so I want to introduce finite mass nuclear mass only. So that means the nucleus nuclear contains finite mass. So nucleus contains finite mass. Okay, finite mass. So nucleus contains finite mass. So in this situation already I will consider infinite mass. I already derived for infinite mass Rydberg constant R naught is equal to, once again I will write that R naught is equal to R infinite. R infinite is equal to, because Rydberg constant in infinite. Okay, so Z square e power 4 m divided by 8 epsilon naught square h cube c. So this is the Rydberg constant for infinite nuclear mass. Infinite nucleus mass. Okay, so right now I will change this infinite Rydberg constant into finite condition. So therefore I introduce, so that is the new term, that is called R only. This is called Rydberg constant. R is equal to Z square e power 4, because I introduced reduced mass concept where I was used finite mass, where I am using finite mass condition I introduce a reduced mass, because in finite condition we introduce reduced mass. So divided by 8 epsilon naught square h cube c. Okay, so I will write this equation. So I will write this equation. So R is equal to Z square e power 4 m divided by 8 epsilon naught square h cube c into mu by m. So simply I will change to this equation into this model. But what is this value? This value is nothing but R infinite, because this is a infinite Rydberg constant. So therefore R is equal to R infinite into mu by m. So this is called Rydberg constant in finite nuclear mass, Rydberg constant in finite nuclear mass, and this R infinite is represents Rydberg constant at infinite condition, infinite nuclear mass. So this is the relation between Rydberg constant at finite nuclear mass, Rydberg constant at infinite nuclear mass. Okay. So, but what is the reduced mass? Reduced mass is nothing but, see, reduced mass is nothing but mu is equal to capital M small m by small m plus capital M. So this is the reduced mass. So simply introduce reduced mass in turn. So R is equal to R infinite of m capital small m divided by small m plus capital M divided by m. So m will be cancelled. Okay, m will be cancelled. So finally we will get r value is equal to r infinite into, see m will be cancelled means simply you will consider right, small m divided by m plus capital M. So this is your final equation. Okay. So in this equation r is equal to simply r naught into, take m is common, small m is common both sides. So therefore m divided by m common 1 plus capital M by small m. Okay, understand everybody? So simply I will consider these things. Okay, small mistake, it's a capital M. Okay, I'll write here small m. This is the mistake, I'll do it. So little mistakes are done, but one day definitely will perfect. So you take capital M only common. Okay, so this is actually 1 plus m by capital M. Okay, so therefore r is equal to r infinite into, take just mm will be cancelled. So therefore it is 1 divided by 1 plus m divided by capital M. So radius Rydberg constant r is equal to r infinite divided by 1 plus m divided by m. Okay. Yeah. So this is the your Rydberg constant for finite mass. So this is the Rydberg's constant for finite nuclear mass. Okay. So this is the Rydberg constant for finite nuclear mass. So understand everybody. I'll change. Actually, first of all, I find out Rydberg constant for infinite nuclear mass. After that, using this formula, I can change Rydberg constant for finite nuclear mass. Okay, so this is the Rydberg constant for finite nuclear mass. In place of m, simply I introduce reduced mass m. Okay, so in place of small m, I introduce reduced mass small m. So that equation will be again written in this format. Okay, after then what is the value of actual infinite nuclear mass? So this is represent infinite Rydberg constant. So I just introduce all these things. I can do this mathematics by after final I get this equation. So actually this is for hydrogen atom. What is our Rydberg constant? Rydberg constant for hydrogen atom RH is equal to R infinite 1 plus m divided by mh. So this is called Rydberg constant for hydrogen atom. Okay. So if mh is nothing but, see, mass of the nucleus. If you consider that mass of nucleus is only 1, because the Rydberg constant for hydrogen Z value is always equal to 1. If you consider this is the infinite mass condition, if you simply write this is a Rydberg constant Z mz, you will write a representation of for hydrogen atoms, you can represent like that. Okay, so this is actually Rydberg constant for hydrogen atom. Okay, simply if you consider deuteron as well as deuteron particle or as well as tritium. So if you consider deuteron atom, so in deuteron the energy, actually what is the deuteron is nothing but for suppose nuclear mass. Okay, so the mass of deuteron is equal to 2 times of mass of hydrogen. Okay, similarly tritium, if you consider tritium atom, the mass of the tritium atom is equal to, nuclear mass of the tritium atom is 3 times of mass of hydrogen atom. So simply substitute for deuteron, R d is equal to, you will write R infinite divided by 1 plus small m by 2 mh. So this is called Rydberg constant for deuteron, and simply for Rydberg constant for tritium is equal to R infinite divided by 1 plus small m divided by capital M. So this is nothing but how much? 3 times mH. So 3 mH. So this is called, okay, so this is nothing but equation of hydrogen for Rydberg constant and deuteron Rydberg constant and tritium Rydberg constant. So these formulas are very important for GATE, NET and exam. Okay, so these are very important formulas. So please by heart. So in next class we will discuss about the problems based on this type of equations also. So right now I introduce some hydrogen spectra. In that spectra I can explain I explain Balmer series, bracket series and Fund series. After then series limit also I explain. Okay. See, so right now I want to find out hydrogen spectra. So this atomic spectra I'll explain or total Bohr theory I can explain only by using hydrogen and H-like atoms only. H-like atoms. Okay. So this spectra shows some the hydrogen atom shows some spectral lines. Okay. So that spectral lines right now I write here. This is the spectra, hydrogen spectra, because this in microscopic view the hydrogen atom shows some spectrum that is called emission spectra or absorption spectra. So that type of spectrum will be developed if you see in high resolution microscope. So in that you are identify some spectra will be observed. That spectra is nothing but, see, this is the it is look like, because okay, so because why it is closer from higher, so actually it is splitting in lower level, but if you move from top to bottom to top, then it will be like all or mixing. That is called quantization. Quantization takes place because quantization of angular momentum. So what is the angular momentum? That is called, these states are represented n1, n2, n3, n4 to so on. Okay, so these are the states, right? So which is equal to 1 stage, 2, 3, 4, like 3, 4, all these things. Okay, so in this hydrogen spectra, so the transaction starts from n1, so second level to first level, and third level to first level, and fourth level to first level, and for suppose this is n is equal to 5, then fifth line to first line. So this type of emission is called which type of emission? This is called, this type of spectral lines are called Lyman series. Okay, and similarly in this spectra we can identify from transaction starts from 3 to 2 and 4 to 2 and 5 to 2. 5 to 2. So this type of transaction is called Balmer series. Okay, and the transaction from 4 to 3, 5 to 3, and there is another more lines are there, more levels are there from 6th to 4. So Lyman, Balmer, and this is Paschen series. Okay, so after that bracket Fund will be developed. So this is called hydrogen spectra. This spectra is arising from hydrogen like atom. Bohr explained this hydrogen spectra at certain limits only, but he can't explain experimentally the hydrogen spectra shows different values. That is another topic I will explain later. Okay, but right now Bohr has explained every in a nucleus the electrons are revolving in a fixed orbits. For suppose if these are the stationary levels, So these levels are nothing but transaction levels. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is called N1, N2, N3, N4 levels. Okay, up to they are quantized at certain period. So if you are represent 1, 2, 3, 4 is the number of transaction levels. So for suppose he observed that some series as the transaction from 2 to 1 and 3 to 1, 4 to 1 and 5 to 1. So electrons jump from 2 to 1, 3 to 4 and 4 to 1, sorry, 3 to 1, 4 to 1 and 5 to 1, all these things. So these are comes from Lyman series. Okay, similarly the transaction from 3 to 2, 4 to 2, 5 to 2, 6 to 2. So this type of transaction is called Balmer series. And see, if the electrons jump from 3 to 4, 4 to 3 and 5 to 3 and 6 to 3, this type of is nothing but Paschen series. Next another more is there, that is called Fund series and bracket series. So we can I'll solve only for three series right now. So first of all I want to take Lyman series. Okay, so in Lyman series, what is the final state represent? Only NF. So this is called final state represent. First state is represented by final, and the initial state is represented from 2 to 3. 2, 3, 4, 5 are the initial representation. So I write here, for Lyman series I calculate the wavelength of spectral line. So I want to calculate this wavelength of spectral line. See, so take Lyman series first. Lyman series. In Lyman series, the final state NF is represent first state only. The final state is represent first state, and the initial state starts from 2, 3, 4, so on up to infinite. Okay, up to infinite. So infinite level. These levels are infinite level hydrogen spectrum. So this spectrum is consists of from starting level is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to certain levels. Okay, so that infinite levels, as infinitely it shows very close. All these are close, that is nothing but quantization of angular momentum. Due to quantization, these levels are almost mixing, and finally it look like a single line. Okay, so this is according to quantum theory. This is concept according to classically this is splitting, but according to quantum, if you go more and more stable values, stable lines. Okay, so these are getting very close to each other due to quantization. Okay, so that process is quantization due to quantum mechanical. So NF is equal to final state is 1 represented, Na is equal to 2, 3, 4. These are the initial state of the electrons. Okay, so that is called 2, 3, 4 and 5. So these are the up to infinite. So substitute the first line. I want to find out the first line. So therefore substitute these values in previous equation. That's called 1 by lambda is equal to R infinite into 1 by NF square minus 1 by Na square. So this is called emitted wavelength radiation I want to find out. So therefore 1 by lambda is equal to R infinite into, so simply substitute, this is 1 by 1 because 1 square is 1 minus 1 by, this is nothing but 2 square, that is called 2 square. So that is called 4. So 1 by lambda is equal to R infinite. So this is 1 divided by 1 by 4. So this series starts from 1 by lambda is equal to, so 4 minus 1, 3, 3 divided with 4. So that is called 3 R infinite by 4. So what is the wavelength? Lambda is equal to 4 by 3 R infinite. So this is your wavelength. Okay, so that is called emitted wavelength of this Lyman series. And we want to find out series limit also. Series limit means we are consider initial term as infinite. Series limit means it starts from starting point. Series limit is nothing but starting point. So this is the final point. So this is the final point. I want to find out, this is represent for final point, and this is the series starting limit. So I want to find out starting limit also. Series limit. So series limit. So NF is simply take first only because any final state is represented one only, but series limit starts from R. So Ni starts from infinite because series starting with infinite. The electron jump from infinite state to final state. So that is called series limit. So simply 1 by lambda is equal to R infinite. Simply substitute 1 by nf square minus 1 by na square. So this is 1 by lambda into R infinite. So into 1 by 1 minus 1 by infinite is nothing but 0. So this value is 0. Okay. So 1 by lambda is equal to R infinite into 1. So this is the series limit generally, and if you take this value of 1 by lambda, so lambda is equal to what will be happen? Lambda is equal to 1 by R infinite. Okay. And this value is approximately 911 angstroms. This value is approximately 911 angstrom. Okay, so this is about Lyman series. Lyman series starts from initial value, initial state of the atom is represented 1, and final state of the atom is represented 1, and initial starts from 2, 3, 4 up to infinite. This is called Lyman series concept. According to Lyman series concept, this is the Lyman series wavelength 4 by 3 epsilon naught. Lambda is equal to 4 by 3 R naught, R infinite, so Ribet constant. So from that we want to find out the series limit also. Series limit value lambda is equal to of Lyman series is equal to 911 angstrom. Okay. So similarly come to second case, Balmer. In case of Balmer, what will be happen? Final state is represent 2 and initial states from 3 to 4, 5 up to infinity. So simply change. So this is a Balmer series. Balmer series. In Balmer series, you will consider this is 2 and this starts from 3, 4 up to infinite. Okay. So simply substitute. This is the 4 means 4 because 2 square is 4 and 3 square is 9. Okay. So if you take the LCM 36, okay, 4 9s are minus 9 4s are. So this value is simply write 5 into divided by 36. So finally, we will get 36 divided by 5 epsilon naught. So this is the series limit of Balmer series. Emitted wavelength. And what is the series limit? Series limit is nothing but it starts from 2 only, and initially it starts from infinite. Okay, initially it starts from infinite. So this value is infinite only, but this is a 4. So you will get divided by 4. Okay. So therefore lambda is equal to 1 by R divided by 4. 4 times of 911 angstrom. Okay. So this is your series limit value. Understand everybody? Right. So similarly you will find out Paschen also. Paschen series starts from n f is equal to 3 and initial state starts from 4, 5, 6 so on. Okay. So if you change simply, initial state is represent, final state is represent 3 and initial state represent from 4, 5, 6 so on. So this is nothing but, so initial state is 9 and final state is 4, that is called 16. Okay. So this is 144 because 9 16s are 144. Okay. 144 and this is the 7 value because 16 minus 9, 7. So finally this value is 7 divided by 144 infinite. So this value is represents lambda is equal to 144 divided by 7 R infinite. So this is your emitted wavelength of the emitted wavelength in Paschen series. And what is the series limit? Series limit, it starts from only 3. Its a final state is represent 3 and initially it starts from infinite only. So you will consider this is 9. Okay. So therefore this is comes from 9 and you will take this is 9. Okay. So this is your series limit. So these are very very important for GATE and exam because they are asking some relevant problems. In tomorrow session I explain the problems based on this this question, Balmer series and Lyman series. I can explain all these problems in one session. After completing the hydrogen atom, I'll explain some important and previous questions regarding on this Balmer series, Lyman series and Paschen series. Okay, so after 2 more is there, you will simply in any problems at the time I'll find out all these things. Okay, so this is about hydrogen spectrum. Okay, right. So next most important topic, quantum numbers. Okay, so I want to discuss about quantum numbers in this lecture only. So quantum numbers are, these quantum numbers are you are already studied in BSc level only. Okay, so according to quantum mechanics we derive some quantum numbers. Okay, so in that first quantum number is, quantum numbers ante quantum numbers are nothing but only a particular values are allowed. Quantum numbers, quantum numbers. Okay, so in quantum numbers this means only a particular values are allowed. Okay, so this is the quantum numbers. First of all, I introduce what is the principal quantum number. So first quantum number is principal quantum number. Okay, so in principal quantum number it is indicated by small n is the principal quantum number. And see, the principal quantum number is quantized energy and radius. So principal quantization, I'm not discussing about a pure right like a theory. I discuss about very important points. Okay, what are the important points involved in the principle of quantum number? So I discuss only that. So this quantization, the principal quantum number is quantized both energy and radius. It quantized both energy and radius. Okay, so it quantizes both energy and radius. And see, that energy is nothing but En is equal to minus 13.6 Z square by n square electron volt. And see, what is the radius? Rn is equal to radius pi z. What is the radius formula? Radius is equal to Rn. So simply write value only. Rn is equal to 0.53 angstroms. Okay, so 53 angstroms into n square by z square actually. So take, this is all about for hydrogen atom only. Consider z is equal to 1, no problem. So minus 13.6 divided by n square electron volt, and Rn is equal to 0.53 angstroms into n square. So these energy and radius both are quantized term. And what is the value of n is value of n. So the value of n is equal to starts from 1, 2, 3 so on. Okay, so the value of n is equal to starts from 1, 2, 3. And what is the Coulombic degeneracy? Coulombic degeneracy. So this is Coulombic degeneracy is n square. Okay, and simply how to find out number of modes actually, number of modes. So these number of modes are represented by n is equal to nr plus l plus 1. So this nr is represent n minus l minus 1. So this nr is nothing but number of modes. Okay, so these are the number of modes. Identify how many number of modes. Sometimes they are asking based on the number of modes. In vibrational spectra at the time I will tell you what is number of modes. Okay, in solid state physics also I can explain number of modes nr is equal to n minus l minus 1. In solid state physics and vibration rotation spectra at that time we are asking such type of problems, number of modes based on number of modes. Okay, and see, for suppose one example I consider, if you consider 3p state, what will happen if p is in level is indicates in p l is equal to 1, because in SPDF for L orbital angular momentum, okay, so orbital number L is equal to only 1, okay, the in for p state. So n is equal to 3. Here n is represented because it is like np. So simply substitute nr, number of modes nr is equal to 3 minus 1 minus 1. So nr is equal to 1 because n minus 2. So number of modes in 3p state is nothing but only 1. So you using this these bits are important for jam exam. Okay, 3p state. For suppose they are again 2s state, 3p state, or 3d state. Okay, so you can ask any type of question, you will expect any type of question. So this is about principal quantum number. And next orbital quantum number. So second one is orbital quantum number. Okay, what is orbital quantum number? Next, second one, orbital quantum number. So orbital quantum number. Okay, so this orbital quantum number is represented by L. Okay, so this is orbital quantum number L, and this is also quantized. It quantized orbital angular momentum. Okay, so quantum number, orbital quantum number is quantized the orbital angular momentum. Okay, and its value, orbital angular momentum, in quantum mechanics orbital angular momentum is called expectation of integral multiples. So expectation is nothing but root over L into L plus 1 h square. So that is called h cut is nothing but h by 2 pi. Okay, so simply this is the orbital orbital quantum number. This orbital quantum number is quantized orbital angular momentum, and according to quantum mechanics, the angular momentum, the quantization angular momentum L is equal to integral multiples of 2 pi only, but here consider the expectation value of orbital angular momentum. So that's why L is represented root over L into L plus 1 h cross. Okay, and the values of L indicates, values of L is starts from 0 to simply n minus 1. So 0 to n minus 1 is the values of L. We are consider 0 to n minus 1. So that's why every time you consider L is some minus 2 plus state. Okay, right. So for suppose if you consider n number, see, okay, right, for n value, so for n, if you consider nth state, so L is equal to, L starts from, see, 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, so on, n minus 1 value. Okay, and see, this 0 represents for S state, P, D, F, so on. Okay, so each state represent one number. For suppose if you have considered S state, then the angular moment, orbital number L is equal to 0, and for P state the orbital quantum number is L1, and for D state orbital quantum number is 2. So for D state, for given 3D, now D represents as orbital quantum number L is equal to 3. Okay, sorry, D states for 2, like that. Okay, and so, and similarly subshells. What are the subshells? See, S contains only one electron, because there is no chance, only one electron. S is only one electron, and P, how many electrons in P? There are 3 electrons, and D is nothing but 5 subshells, and F is equal to 7 subshells, not electrons actually. So S represent only one block, okay, and P represent only 3 blocks. Okay, so these are the 5 blocks, because occupancy of electrons is nothing but in S state is 2, because one up spin, one down spin. Okay, here occupancy 3 levels means occupancy of electrons are 6. Okay, So 1 up, 1 down, 1 up, 1 down. So 6 electrons will be occupied in p state. And fifth state, this is called 5. So 1 up, 1 down. Okay, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So total 10 electrons occupied. So this is a 1, 3, 5, 7, so on up to 2l plus 1, up to 2l plus 1 levels. Okay, and what are the subshells and number of electrons occupied? So that are nothing but 2. If you 3 blocks means 6 electrons, 5 blocks means 7, and this is a 14 electrons. That is 2 times of 2l plus 1. Okay, so that is the number of electrons. Okay, so the total number of electrons in a shell we can find out by using this theory. Total number of electrons in a subshell. Total number of electrons in a subshell is equal to sigma from n is equal to 0 to n minus 1. N is equal to 0 to n minus 1, 2 into 2l plus 1. So these are the very important equation. So total number of subshells. Okay, so these are the very important equation in orbital quantum number. So total number of electrons in a subshell. If they are asking any, for example, I will consider one example. For suppose if you consider n is equal to 4th state. Okay, so if you consider n value is equal to 4, then what will happen? This 4 means simply substitute n is 4 is nothing but L is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, because L value starts from 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 4 electrons. Okay na? So therefore simply substitute L is equal to sigma n is equal to 0 to 4, because 4 electrons maximum. So therefore 2 times of, so 2 into 2 of 0 plus 1 plus 2 into, because this is a summation, so that's why I will consider simply plus everything. So 2 into 2 plus 1 plus 2 into 2 plus, 2 into 1, 2 into 2 plus 2 into 3 plus 1 plus 1. Okay, so simply this is 2 plus, so 2 into 2 1, 2 plus 1 3, 6 plus, say 2 into 2 4 plus 5 plus, see 2 into 2 2s are 4. Oh, I'll doing mistake here. So 2 plus 2 into 2 into 2 plus 1 plus 2 into 2 3 plus 1. So this is nothing but, so 2 into this is our 5, 2 into 2 4, 4 plus 1 5, 5 into 2 10 plus 2 into 3 6, 6 plus 1 7, 7 2s are 14. So the total number of electrons is sum of these values. Okay, so this is the equation actually. Okay, so today's class is over. Tomorrow we will meet at lecture 5. Thank you very much.